How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and over here we talk stocks and we focus on one thing. Always protect your profits. And before we get started, I want to let you guys know the private group is now live. Whether you're an investor or a trader, or you just want to be around a community of like-minded individuals, then this group is for you. You can find the link inside the description down below. We'll be happy to have you a part of the family. So what we're going to be talking about today is AMC, which ended up having a strong day in the market. So now what we're going to be doing is jumping into the agenda. So the first thing we're going to be going over, yes, is a Robinhood update. We already know Robinhood been robbing the hood, and it's about time something has happened. And you know what? There's some great news, and I'm going to be sharing that with you guys. And then secondly, we're going to be doing a technical analysis, taking a look at the overall price action. I'm getting a lot of feedback, and they're saying, yo, Dre, you're right. It's trading in this tight range. Things are still looking bullish, and we're going to go over it even more. And then we're going to be taking a look at the short interest information. We already know if shorts keep on coming inside of this play, the short squeeze will be even sweeter. And the next thing we're going to be taking a look at the order flow distribution. We want to see what the inflows are like and what the outflows are like for the past 5 trading days. Will give us a good idea as far as where this stock can really go. And then when all of that is done, I'll be giving you guys my final thoughts. So let's jump into it. Now let's go over the update with Robinhood getting slapped today. So let's jump. So online broker Robinhood ordered to pay $70 million in fines and restitution to investors for systemic supervisory failures. Regulators said the firm misled consumers and exposed them to excessively risky trading tools. Online broker Robinhood Financial LLC has been ordered to pay $70 million for systemic supervisory failures that harmed thousands of consumers in the process, an industry regulator announced Wednesday. The firm will pay a $57 million penalty and $12.6 million in restitution to harmed consumers. The penalty was the largest ever issued by the Financial Industry Regulator Authority, FINRA, according to the agency. The regulator said the firm misled consumers and exposed them to excessively risky trading tools, and also failed consumers when its services suffered multiple outages. And this is definitely something that we wanted to see happen. We already know, as far as when we had that GME squeeze, Robinhood started messing around. Started saying, well, you know what? No, you can't buy any more GME. You only could sell it. Started restricting trading and all of that. So the matter of the fact is, they're being cracked down on. This is great to see, and we want to see this actually continue, and we want to see even these short sellers, especially like Citadel, who have been inside this place doing the naked shorting, we want them to feel something as well. We know the SEC has been taking some measures, and we do know things do take time, so I'm definitely looking forward to see how that turns out as far as that situation is concerned, because we already know as far as shorts inside of this play, they are not playing by the rules. This is not a fair market that we are seeing, and this is the reason why I'm saying you have to buy and hold, and just know that you do this only if you are able to. So now let's get into the next portion of the video, which is the technical analysis and all the other good stuff. I'll get back to you guys. So we're going to be doing a technical analysis for AMC. Let's see how it performed on the day. So it ended up closing at $56.68, being up 0.44%. On the low, it tested $54.65. Then on the high, testing $58.18. So when we take a look at our chart right away, I want to ask you guys a question quickly. What is it looking like? We are holding down areas of support, right? We talked about in the previous video how well they were holding up 56. We see that is continuing. We also did talk about it is trading in a very tight range. You can see right here between this $52 and as well as this $60. So as long as this continues, I'm definitely looking forward to continue to see those pops. We saw that pop already that went down earlier in the week when it got to that 60 range before it was hit with some selling pressure. So like I said, if this just continues, I'm really not mad at that whatsoever. One thing to do, keep in mind of the fact, here are those areas of resistance. I'm going to go over them again. So if you see this $60 level, if we get a lot of buying volume and there's a lot of demand, people are continuing to buy and hold, so forth, then we can look forward to seeing some strength, and then we want to see how well we do right here around this 64 level. Once we're able to pass this 64, 65 area, then it'll be 68. Once we get past 68, get here at around 72, then AMC could really take off, and I want you to make sure that is something that you are aware of. So what we're seeing so far as for this week is concerned, we are holding up this $56 level. I want to see this continue, especially we do know there's going to be a long weekend that's going to be coming, so do know there's going to be a lot of volatility. There's also a lot of short-term trades that are going through AMC, and also shout out to anyone who's actually buying options and making money off the fluctuations in regards to selling premiums, because it does provide this opportunity since it's been trading in this range for quite some time. So we're going to take a look at the short interest information for AMC. So when we take a look at the short volume ratio, it is at 31%. This is very significant here. We'll take a look at the short volume ratio as far as the history later, just to kind of give you an idea. So as far as for the market volume, so the amount of shares that were traded on the close of June 29th was at 63.5 million. And out of all of those shares, we had 19.9 million of those shares that were actually sold short. And we take a look now at the short shares availability, it is at 1.2 million, updated 9 minutes ago. And the short ball free rate is at 1.26%. Taking a look at the history of the short volume ratio, we can see it's definitely climbing here. Even going back as far as June the 16th, it is at its high, being at 31.35. So it'll be very interesting to see what the short volume ratio will be later on in the evening. But one thing we do know for a fact, shorts are continuing to attack AMC stock. This is why I say, as long as you continue to buy and hold, if you are able to, then we could really force a short squeeze, since as retail investors, we own the float. Now let's take a look at the order flow distribution for AMC. So we could see here, as far as on the inflow, we had 675, and on the outflow, we had 679. So we had 10 on the large for the inflow, and then we had 14 on the large for the outflow. As far as for the medium, we had 545 on the inflow, and then on the outflow, we had 549. When we take a look at the small on the inflow, it's at 119, and then as far as on the outflow, it is at 116. When we take a look at the large scale orders in the last 5 days, you can see here on June the 30th, definitely a lot of outflow, being at 3,922.85. Very similar to the day where we had big outflows on June the 25th, where it was 3,935.15. Very, very close there. Now, when we take a look at those 3 inflow days we had on the 24th, the 28th, and as well as the 29th, it is looking fairly even here, and this is part of the reasons why not too surprised about the consolidation and the strict range that we're actually trading in. If this does decide to continue going into the long weekend, this is definitely a good look for AMC, because it's showing continued strength, and as many of you know, a lot of traders who also bring more volume into this play, they're going to be exiting out their positions. No one's not going to be holding it, especially if they have short-term goals over the long weekend. So just seeing AMC being able to hold up that price strength in that particular range, also to be exact, that $56 level where it does a great job closing above, I want to see this continue, and I'm looking forward to seeing even more strong price action. Let's get into the final thoughts. So for my final thoughts for AMC, it's great to see the price strength that we are seeing in the market. As far as how things are looking going into the long weekend, I am still bullish on this play. Yes, we're going to end up having a lot of selling pressure, but as long as we finish over those areas of support like I covered in the technicals, things are going to continue to look bullish. Another thing is, if you have the ability to continue to buy and hold, as retail investors, we own the float. I'm going to say this again. As retail investors, we own the float, being close to just over like 80%. So taking all of this into consideration, consideration, buying and holding is all you really need to do. These short sellers, they are feeling the pain. The more those shares they have out there, then the matter of the fact is they have to cover. They're paying interest also on their short positions as well. So for them, they're in a very dire situation, while over here, all we got to do is relax and just buy and hold. It's that simple. Another thing that we're seeing, yes, we're seeing the crackdowns. We see FINRA. We see SEC putting in some new rules. I know it takes time. Many people are saying, wait, they came through, they did all this, and it's still happening as far as the shorting and as well as the extra naked shorting and all of that. But like I said before, you have to be patient if you're in this play. If you're looking for this thing to pop right away within days or within weeks, then I would highly suggest you reevaluate your strategy and think twice before actually wanting to be in this. Also, do understand when we took a look at the overall short interest, yes, short sellers are still vested in shorting AMC stocks. You know what that means? We have to continue to buy and hold. Spread the word. Let who you know what's going on. Show them that we are fighting for a fair market here. We are tired of the manipulation. And you know what? I'm looking forward to see what AMC does. And it doesn't matter how long I got to hold because I'm willing to wait because I use money that I'm not afraid to lose and I have no immediate need for. Hope you guys enjoyed this video and we'll be talking real soon.